Sandra! Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in your own. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form. Thank you so much for the thumbs up already. I really do appreciate you being here. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of Asexualized, common founder of Asexualized Academy. Thank you, Eddie. Nice to see you. Yes, an older fella. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm like, because I'm an asexual figure, if you didn't know, if you're already watching this channel. No, he's not 100. I'm not. No, he's not 100. Oh, thanks for the other thumbs up. Oh, hi, Richard. Nice to see you. Lovely to see you here. Yeah, no, he's not 100. He's not that old. Oh, my God. But he is quite significant. Oh, hi, Fiona. Lots of love. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, so I was quite shocked. So I'm on the mingle2.com website, right, which is a dating site that's not for asexuals. It's got heterosexuals on there and a lot of heterosexuals on there. I mean, very sexual people, right? But there is this one guy that I started talking to who I mentioned before. I wasn't sure if it's possible he was asexual. Oh, my battery's dying. Oh, bless you, Theola. You have to catch up later on or put it on charge. I got my iPad on charge at the moment. So I was on this mingle2.com site because I'm giving it a try, right? Because I really would like to find someone for a relationship. I've been on asexual dating sites now for over 6 years. I actually run 3 dating groups for asexuals on Facebook, and I still haven't had any luck. I'm on ASAP, so it's really, yeah, so I thought I'll try something different. So I've gone on in sexual dating groups on Facebook. I found 2 asexuals in one of those, but neither of them are suitable for a relationship. One's a very good friend of mine though now, and you know, so I thought I'd try this site, and I managed to find a guy, or a guy found me, who doesn't like sexual intercourse, but he's not asexual. But obviously that's very rare to find that. Eddie, older aren't they called pensioners? No, they're not. He's not a pensioner. Well, maybe he's more towards that age. Fiona, anything new happening on there? So yeah, so this guy who I've been talking to, who doesn't like sexual intercourse, but he's not actually asexual. I think he's a heterosexual, repulsed by sexual intercourse guy. I think that's what he is, because he still experiences sexual attraction. But obviously he's very different to other guys. And we've been talking quite a bit. I'm not going to say what about, because I don't think that's fair. It's private conversations. But, you know, to cut a long story short, I do like kissing and he likes kissing a lot, in the same way that I do, without the sex. So I've become attracted to him because of that, which is really weird, because he's very open and honest, and I'm very open and honest when we're talking. So there's a degree of intimacy in the talking, I guess, and that's why I've become somewhat attracted to him. I'm not saying I'm really attracted to him like I would be a foreign guy, a younger guy, but he's 48, which is a lot older than me, and a lot older than I would usually go for. Do you know what I mean? And he told me today that he's going off the site. I said, you're the only decent guy I've spoke to on the whole of the site. But he did give me his phone number for WhatsApping him. I'm not on WhatsApp, but I gave him my phone number and email. So he said he's emailed me, and he'll probably buy my asexual. He'll probably buy this Asexual Perspectives book, he said, which is nice, because I think it will help him. Because although he said I wondered if he's more on the more grey end of the asexual spectrum, but he's probably heterosexual but sex repulsed heterosexual, something like that, or just not interested in the sexual intercourse stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's very rare to find someone like that. And the more we were talking about kissing and stuff, the more he's very, very, very like me. So that created a degree of intimacy when we were talking about things. I'm not going to say what other things to do with things, you know, like that, because that's not fair. But, you know, just from shared experiences or different experiences we shared, and you know, from talking to him, he seems like a really genuine, nice person. He's going off there because he said the site isn't for him. You know, he's not into sex, obviously. And there's loads of women after that. He said none of them are looking for a serious relationship. He is, and obviously he knows I am. But he said none of them, the women on there, are looking for a serious relationship, which has surprised him. I guess he thought maybe men aren't that looking for a serious relationship. I think he's really surprised by women. So he said, this is not the site for me. I've taken down my photograph. I'm going to be removing myself from here tomorrow. But I just want, like, he said, obviously, he could keep in touch with me by email if I'm not on WhatsApp. So I gave him my email and phone number. But yeah, I felt sad. I felt upset that he was going. I'm like, why do I feel upset? I'm like, oh, you're obviously a bit attracted to him. Like, he's not bad looking either. Do you know what I mean? I don't usually get attracted to British guys, but he's got short, dark hair and is clean shaven and looks nice wearing a shirt. And so, you know, I am kind of a bit attracted to him aesthetically a little bit, you know, because he does look, you know, like I like a clean shaven look. I like short, dark hair. And I like a guy in certain types of shirts. And so he doesn't look bad looking, you know? And so I think I am a bit attracted to him because I feel really sad and upset that he's going off the site. And I'm like, wow, I guess I've emotionally and romantically maybe connected with him a bit on a deeper level than I thought I'd done. And now I'm like feeling a bit upset that he's going off the site. I'm like, where are you going? Do you know what I mean? But I'm not, it's nice in a way because then I know he's not like the other guys on there. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of proof that he's not interested in the other women on there, that he can't be bothered with them. And it's not for him because he's not into sex. So I really appreciate that in a way, because I was thinking to myself, well, if you're not bothered about sex, why are you on this site? And then see, I shouldn't think things. Whenever I think things, they come true. And then as soon as I thought that, I think I thought that earlier on today, then later on today, I get a message saying, oh, I just wanted to give you, like, let you know that I am going off the site. That's why I talked about WhatsApp, connect on WhatsApp, which I'm not on. He's not on Facebook because he said he's not a social media person. But he said that, you know I'm way out of your age range. I'm way out of your the nationality you like. I appreciate that, but I love talking to you. It's been really, really interesting conversations. And it's nice to talk to an intelligent person for once. So I thought that was really nice. And he said that he really values all my time I've put into talking with him, you know, about asexuality, because I have talked about asexuality quite a lot, because obviously there are some similarities between him and being asexual, quite a few. Do you know, the fact he doesn't actually like sexual intercourse is a big, big, big thing. Do you know what I mean? He really doesn't do anything for him. And it's very rare to find someone like that. So, especially someone who loves kissing a lot, like I do. It's very, you know, there's not that many people that are into that. You know, but he's not. He said I'm not asexual, but you know, I think I'm not sure if I'm not sure about the grey asexual thing or grey sexual or something. I'm not quite sure. Do you know what I mean? He's got traits of that, you know. So yeah, I was getting really upset, thinking, "Why are you going?" And I'm like, "Oh, obviously you must be attracted to him, Sandra, because you wouldn't be upset if you weren't attracted to him a bit." Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like I felt like I wanted to get to know him better, but he said he has emailed me, so that's nice. Because I felt like, but he said to me, he said you shouldn't give up on finding your soulmate, you know, the younger foreign guy that you're looking for, which is nice of him to say that. Because he, you know, and I said I'm very, very public about my asexuality. I'm very in the public eye. And I don't know if he would like that, you know? And he said, well, I'm a really, really private person. He's not on social media. Do you know what I mean? So he probably wouldn't be compatible with me like that, you know, because I need someone, and he lives miles away from me, he said, which is true. He does live miles away from me. But other guys, even my friend, my best friend, who's non-binary, they come like travel 200 miles to come to my asexual meetups to see me. Do you know what I mean? So a guy who's really interested in women, he would travel miles. I know that. So if he not thinking about traveling miles, then obviously he can't like me that much. And and he did say he's a really private person, so I don't think he'd be comfortable with the fact I'm out about being asexual. I told him, I said on my show I talk about my asexual life. That includes my dating and relationships, as I even mentioned you in my channel, because I thought you might be asexual. But do you know what I mean? So he said, "Oh yeah, I'm a really private person," so that would be no good if he didn't alter in that way. If he didn't change. Not change as he doesn't need to be all over social media like me, and in some ways it's better he's not, or a guy wasn't. Do you know what I mean? I don't need a guy to be all over social media. But if I'm on Facebook, for example, and my personal profile is on public because I do a lot of business stuff, obviously, and if I was with my guy, whoever he may be in the future, and we were around a theme park or at a zoo or something, I'd snap pictures and upload it. I wouldn't want to think, oh, I can't be seen with him because he doesn't want to be seen. Do you know what I mean? That would just be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I want a guy who's proud to be seen with me in public, and if I go speaking on stage more in London in the future, it'd be nice if I had a guy who is my other half in the audience, like cheering me on. It's very, very important that I get someone who supports me in the work I do for Asexuals and my other future brands and work coming up this year. My new business I'll be launching later on this year. It's very, very important that I have someone who publicly is, supportive of my asexuality, even if they're not asexual themselves. It's very, very important I have that. I don't want to be going along in a life where I'm hidden and it's like, oh, I can't be seen with Sandra because she's too public. Do you know what I mean? A guy's got to really be strong in that way. He's got to be like, fine, okay, maybe I wasn't like that in my past, but maybe, for the girl of my dreams, then I can, step up to the plate and be the man she needs me to be. And, yes, I'm not going to be all over social media like she is. I'm still going to keep my privacy in that way. But, I'm okay about her uploading pictures of me and her, do you know what I mean, to Facebook and stuff like that. I think it's really important. That I have a guy like that, but he's basically told me, he said, don't give up when you find your soulmate, the younger guy that I want. So, but I have said that I was attracted to him because of the kissing, because I just thought, well, I better tell him because it's true. And he said, I was attracted to you because of that as well, because seem very highly compatible in that way, which is very weird. Very highly compatible. I haven't had a guy be so compatible in what he was saying for quite a long time. So that's really, really interesting. But yeah, I feel sad. I kind of feel sad that he's saying go and find someone else. But it's true. I've got to keep my options open. I do really. Obviously, I'm an asexual cougar. I'm predominantly attracted to younger guys. I don't know if I could kiss an older guy, but I don't see him as 48. I think he looks more like 42 probably, which is still older than I go for. But I don't think he's bad looking. But I just really easy to talk to. Very nice, easy to talk to person who you can ask him any questions, he'll just answer. And he'll say the really honest truth spread out. Do you know what I mean? None of this, I told you when I was on there, was it yesterday or the day before I was on there and spoke to this guy and he was like, oh, you've asked me too many questions. There was just 3 questions to answer. One of which was, how long have you been in the UK for? Which is probably why I didn't want to answer. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I am attracted to an older guy because 48 is quite a bit older than me. But my best female friend, she is 50 years old. So she's older than me, but she acts young though. She's young looking and acts young, but she is older than me. And obviously from the point of view of the young things I like to do, I don't know that an old guy would suit me, because I like doing a lot of young things. I like going out clubbing. I can't imagine a guy who's 48 British would like to go out clubbing. And I like going to watch kids' movies and all that type of thing. I haven't even asked him about all that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I kind of feel a bit sad. I'm like, don't go. I like you. And I was just getting to know you. But yeah, so it's really weird. I got attracted to an older guy. I don't know what's happening to me. It's very bizarre. Doesn't usually happen. But I just thought I'd share with you because I am feeling a little bit sad. I'm like, you know what I mean? I shouldn't be. I should be thinking that's good, right? One person out of the way, that's not suitable. But he has emailed me, so I think it's going to keep in contact with me. But that's going to be a bit difficult for me if I'm attracted to him and he keeps in contact with me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of been like, I am a bit attracted to you. Do you know what I mean? Quite a bit, I guess, with the kissing. And also the messages are quite intimate messages, you know. And I think, you know how asexuals, they fall in love and they get or they get romantic feelings. We get feelings on a very emotional level. So basically, if a person's able to connect easily with us emotionally, oh, thanks for the thumbs up, connect with us easily emotionally, if they're able to be very honest, very open, very communicative, if they like similar physical stuff to us, if they're really nice to talk to, a quality person, if they encourage us in what we talk about, if they say, obviously, if a person's saying it's lovely to talk to you, I find you really fascinating to talk to you, I find you really interesting, you know, all those type of things are going to make you be attracted to the other person, because they're very, you know, there's a lack of honesty in the world, as you know. And a lot of the sites, you know, a guy like him stands out really well on that site as being a quality guy, because you know the other guys are talking rubbish and they're just being very, very surface guys, you know, and ones that are just all after sex. But he is a genuine guy. You can tell he stands out a mile. That's what more guys should be like. If they want to get a good girl for them, you know, a good woman, they just need to do the opposite of what every other bloke's doing out there lately. Because all the other guys and dates, I go through them and say, no, want a guy in the UK, no, younger guy, no, not interested, no, not interested, next. That's what I'm like on there. He's the only guy that's actually been, oh, thanks for thumbs up, that's actually been, you know, like decent to talk to on there, that you can have a proper conversation that flows easily. And he seems like enthusiastic to talk to me, because like he'll message me and then he'll message me, oh, I'm going to work now. They'll message me good night now and stuff like that already. And so I kind of feel like I connected with him. But he's saying, you know, that, you know, go and find your actual soulmate, because basically I'm not it. You want this other type of guy. So, you know, I've just got to trust him on that, you know. But I do feel a bit sad because I kind of like him quite a bit. I think it's because I've emotionally connected with him. And like I say, we develop a strong, deep bond through emotions. That's how asexuals get attraction. That's how asexuals love. And with the average heterosexual woman, for example, that's how she tends to, being gender stereotypical here, that's how a woman tends to love or fall in love. It's an emotional thing, right? I'm not saying I love the guy, because I don't. I'm not in that state. But obviously I've got some attraction there. And the way a woman has feelings for a guy or develops them in general is that it's through an emotional connection. Guys tend to love physically, in a seeing the woman's body sexual manner, and women tend to fall for a guy in terms of emotions. So the more a guy emotionally connects with a woman, the more she's more likely to become deeply connected to him, which usually leads on to a state of love. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it happens. So with asexuals, because we don't have any physical, like usually stuff in terms of wanting intercourse and sex, there's no sexual attraction there, it amplifies the need for the emotional connection. And when you have someone come along who gives you that deep emotional connection, and you like connect with them quite quickly, like instantly type thing, then it amplifies the feeling for them. You know, it's a way of being able to feel or be attracted to someone quite quickly. And I think that's what happened with me and him. Because of the way he was very outspoken with me in private message, because the way he was very honest with me and was writing stuff, I feel like emotionally drawn to him and connect with him. And that's why I feel a bit sad when he said he was going. I think, hang on a minute, I only just got to know you. Show. Richard, I don't like women sexually, just romantically. Yeah, it's good. It's good. And that goes for guys, you know, that are asexual. Guys who are asexual will need that deep emotional connection as well. You know, guys will, when it's heterosexual guys, they look more at a woman physically. I should have said heterosexual guys, but when it's, oh, hi John, nice to see you, lots of love. And yeah, so I'm glad you said that, Richard, because it's like because Richard is asexual, so Richard doesn't like the woman sexually but just romantically. But for heterosexual guys, they usually traditionally, stereotypically, the CD sofa is mine. I haven't got a sofa. So yeah, so we're so yeah, basically, yeah, with heterosexual guys, they tend to love for a physical body aesthetic type of attraction first, then emotionally. With females, it tends to be the emotions first. But with asexuals, because we don't have the physical component, the sexual attraction, then we tend to develop feelings for someone more strongly on the emotional side. In order to have like asexual love, the purest form of love, we connect on the deep emotional level. It's like we're soulmate level, which a lot of heterosexuals can't actually reach a lot of the time, because they tend to have a lot more superficial love, a lot more surface level love. They can't emotionally connect a lot because they don't allow themselves that vulnerability. When a guy, for example, allows himself to be open and honest with a female, and it can be any gender, I know, but basically I'm just trying to say traditionally guys aren't open, they aren't that emotional as a general rule. So when a guy opens up, I'm saying guy and female because I'm female only attracted to guys, so I kind of use me as an example quite a lot on the guys I meet, right? So when a guy opens up and he's more vulnerable and he's more telling you really personal stuff, which obviously I'm not going to say on this channel, and he's been very vulnerable and very deep with you. With an asexual person, obviously that'll get straight to our core of emotions that we're not used to seeing, and that's how a woman could end up falling for a guy like that, because it's deeply, it's kind of like very emotionally connected quite quickly. And because this particular guy throws into the mix the physical kissing that I like so much, that's what makes me more attracted to him. If he was like if he liked sex, that would put me off him. But because he doesn't actually like the act of sex itself, then it really makes me more attracted to him, obviously, because I'm like, oh, you love all the kissing, the French kissing and all that type of thing, and the cuddling, but you don't like the sex. That's great. Even though you're not asexual. So, do you know what I mean? That's very attractive. So that's why I'm attracted to him, which is weird because he's older than me, much older. So I don't know what's going on there. It's made me a bit of a spin, to be honest. I'm feeling a bit emotional because I'm thinking, oh well, I'm a bit upset that he's going off the site, but it looks like he's going to keep in touch with me. But even if he keeps in touch with me, he's told me that, basically he's not right. Go and get my soulmate, which is a younger foreign guy that I'm seeking. So, and he likes quite a quiet life by the sound of it. And so, yeah, my public age is just a number. Well, yes, Richard, it is just a number, but usually I'm not aesthetically attracted to an older guy. So if I'm not aesthetically attracted to an older guy, I can't kiss him. But the difference is he's not bad looking aesthetically. That's the difference as well. Do you know what I mean? But usually I'm not attracted to guys who are anywhere near. I'm not usually attracted to guys in their 40s, full stop, to be honest. I'm usually only attracted to guys predominantly in their 20s, like 21 to 24. So 48 is a bit of a double shift. Do you know what I mean? It's older than me in birth certificate age. Considerably older than me in birth certificate age, So, I totally agree that age is just a number, but as an asexual cougar that I am, so I'm romantically and aesthetically attracted to younger guys usually, it's very, very odd behaviour for me. Do you know what I mean? Very odd behaviour, but I can see aesthetic attraction there. I think he's not bad looking for his age, particularly. But do you know what I mean? Like, when you get into a relationship, think about getting into a relationship with someone, it's not just about that, is it? It's about the fact I'm very, very young. Do you know what I mean? I live a very young teenager life. And a guy that age, I don't know how he'd cope with a girl like me who's pretty much a girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm very, very young. I can have intelligent, deep, mature conversations, but I love going out clubbing. I love going watching kids' movies. I love going to theme parks and hanging upside down on roller coasters. Do you know what I mean? I like kissing in public, a lot of kissing in public. You know, some older guys are not, I don't know if he's into that or not, but some older guys aren't into kissing in public. They're too reserved. And he, you know, like he said, he is, you know, if he can be seen with me, for example, snapping a picture on Facebook and uploading it to my personal profile, he's no good for me. I can't be with a person who wants to hide me like that. It's ridiculous. If he doesn't want to have a Facebook account, fair enough. But I don't want to be hidden, or, you know what I mean? I want someone to support me in the asexual work I do. You know, in the future, I've got a lot of plans. I want to be a speaker on stage in London. Maybe it won't be just for asexuality. Maybe it will be for other stuff, you know? But I want to be on stage in London, and I want a guy to be there to support me. So if I'm in the public eye, he's going to be a bit in the public eye. There's no getting away from that. You know what I mean? He's going to be a little bit sometimes in the public eye, because a lot of entrepreneurs, their partners do end up a bit in the public eye. Even the dating coaches, some of the dating coaches bring their partners on the YouTube thing. Like, one dating coach, he's not brought his partner on for 5 years, and then it was a requested video. They wanted to know what his partner, you know, to dish the dirt on him. So she was doing it. They were doing like an interview with him and her, where she was saying all about him. And there's been a few of that lately. It's quite a good thing on social media that they're doing, you know, on YouTube channels. It's like, bring the partner out at last, you know, and get the partner to say the truth about the dating coach. And so, you know, and a lot of entrepreneurs, they are on Facebook with their wife and kids and stuff. It's just, when you're in the public eye like that, you do tend to be in the public eye. You know, there's no getting away from it. And I wouldn't want a guy to get away from it. I don't want to be seen as this person who's, you know, like, not publicly open about their partner. Do you know what I mean? But it does put me in a difficult position, because obviously it puts me in the difficult position, as in the sense, you know, I am very public, you know, and I will be mentioning my partner to a certain extent on this channel in the future. I'm not going to sit here and say nothing night after night and pretend he doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? That's why I think a younger guy would be better. But obviously, no, he wouldn't be better unless he's out to his family, and unless he's very, very, like, extroverted or doesn't care what people think. I mean, I did actually have a younger guy contact me on that site, but he was just, I felt like he was wasting my time, because he lives in France. He doesn't live in the UK. And he said, how would a 22-year-old Latino guy be for you? And I said to him, I've actually had a Latino boyfriend in the past, and I like the age of 22, and he's very cute. Well, I said he's cute, you know? And so we got talking a little bit, but he's like, oh, I come to the UK, but you know what? You know, there's a lot of scammers on there. So I'm just like, well, if you come to the UK, let me know. I said, I doubt you've even been to the UK. And he's like, yeah, I've got friends in London. But I mean, he lives in France. It's not like he lives in India. It's not like he lives in Pakistan. It's not like he lives a million miles away. Do you know what I mean? He actually lives in France. But I don't know if he's originally from France, you know? And he's a student as well. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, he's looking for dating. It doesn't say on his profile serious relationship. So I just told him to stop wasting my time. So he said, okay, I won't waste your time then. And off he went, because he said he'd like to get to know me better. He likes older women, you know? You know, I think if we'd met up, I'd probably gotten really well with him and gone out to the cinema, and everything would have been cool. And he did say he'd heard of asexuality before. And I said, well, because he said about me, I said, I don't like sex. And he said, I don't know if I've still got it, his message. Let me see if I still got it up so I can read it out what he actually said. But, you know, I'm usually only interested in younger foreign guys, but it's really difficult because obviously, but he said he'd heard of asexuality before. So let me see if I can find it. Oh, I'll see if I can find his message, because he's like, oh, I know what asexuality is, but it's kind of much like a bit of abrupt tone. Like, I know what asexuality is. Like, don't tell me what it is. Do you know what I mean? So let's see if I can get it up. Right, okay. Oh yeah, a lot of them on there, right? I told you, they use a different age in their profile to what they do in private message. I keep getting people like that. It's like, what is the matter with you? Why do you keep doing that? And they keep going, oh, it's my mistake. It's my mistake. Right. I'm trying to find the young guy now. I don't know where he's gone. I think he's gone to the previous I had an older guy as well who's Indian, but he's 44 years old, but he's in India, and his and his marital status and children's status was covered up. And I said, I think you're married and got kids. Do you know what I mean? I did tell him I'm looking for a younger guy in the UK. Right, this was the guy. So he's in Paris in France. So he was like, hi Sandra, are you interested in a 22-year-old Latino man, he should have said. I used to have a Latino boyfriend and I like younger guys very much. Your age is great for me, and you are cute, but I live in the UK and not looking for a long distance relationship. And then you put, I usually travel to the UK and maybe I have the possibility of moving to the UK to continue my studies. Honestly, I'm very interested in women older than me. I would like to have the possibility that we know each other more. And then I put, I hate sex, love kissing, and looking for a serious and committed, no sex ever monogamous relationship. I don't want marriage or kids, and I enjoy living on my own. Where have you visited in the UK? And then you put, I love kissing and caressing. Why do you hate sex? If you do not mind me asking. Maybe in April, have you come to France before? So I put, I am asexual in sexual orientation. I don't experience sexual attraction at all. I'm attracted to guys romantically, so we wouldn't be suitable. Romantically only, so we wouldn't be suitable. Google asexuality and you will see what I mean. I don't travel abroad usually. I have been to Disneyland Paris, but someone else paid for me years ago as a gift, and I went by Eurostore. I'm not interested in traveling abroad. And then he goes, I know what is asexual. I just wanted to know your reason. Honestly, I think you're a beautiful woman. You have a lovely smile. I'm very interested in getting to know each other. Then I put, I'm not looking to waste my time. I appreciate you are attracted to me. I think you're cute, but I'm not looking for a sexual guy. Don't want a guy touching me naked. I like to keep my clothes on when kissing. There are lots of women who are older who can give you sex. I don't think you've ever visited the UK before. If you come to the UK and I'm still single, then we can talk. They put, Sandra, I'm not looking for you to have sex. I know you don't like that. If the only thing I was looking for was sex, I wouldn't be here. I have been to London several times to visit some friends who live there. I love kissing. A good passionate kiss can be given independently if you wear clothes or not, but I won't waste your time then. And then off he went. So I didn't know what to make of that, because like part of me is thinking, oh, that's a bit sad, because obviously, but I mean, he lives in France. What's the chances? But he's looking for dating anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's like if someone's looking for dating, then what's looking for dating? But it does say last seen within the last day. So obviously he's not been on today. So after he stopped talking to me, it looked like he hasn't talked to anyone else. Be never married, undecided with kids, doesn't smoke, doesn't have children, drinks occasionally. 5'4", so he's pretty much the same height as me as well. A few extra pounds Latino Hispanic. And student he is. He is really, really cute actually. But I just thought, with him being in France, I mean, what's the likelihood of him actually coming over here and meeting me when he's 22? I don't know. But I mean, I know some guys have got money because their parents have got money when they're 22. Do you know what I mean? And he is very, very good looking. But you know what I mean? I didn't want to get into a conversation with him and end up being attracted to him and never meet him, because that's a danger when if you like someone abroad, the likelihood of you meeting them is very, very remote. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to end up getting a conversation with him when he might, how likely is he to want a serious relationship? He's looking for dating and I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking for a serious relationship. But having said that, you kind of got to date someone first anyway. But I mean, the option to come to the UK to finish his studies, I mean, how likely is that? It's possible because he lives in France. It's not like he lives in one of these other countries where they can't get a visa. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, as we're going through Brexit in the UK, anything could change with these different countries. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but he is really super cute. He's very, very good looking. Got nice hair, nice face, nice chest. So covered in a t-shirt, his chest looks nice in a t-shirt. So you know what I mean? So I am really attracted still to younger guys. Do you know what I mean? I like kissing younger guys as well. So it's just like really weird that I'm attracted to an older guy. It's not normal for me. So yeah, but the thing is with older guys, a lot of them aren't into the same sort of stuff. So I was watching a video today on YouTube about why younger guys are attracted to older women. And half of the things I am, but the other half I'm not because I'm too young. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they're attracted to an older woman because she knows what she wants, which I do. They're attracted to an older woman because they've usually got their life together. They're attracted to an older woman because, you know, usually they don't get all the drama that they'll do with girls younger, because girls younger don't really know what they want. They're a lot more insecure in themselves. They don't really have their life together, whereas an older woman, she's usually got her own career. She's usually, you know, living her own life. She's busy doing her own thing. So the guy doesn't have to like look after her all that 24/7, 365 days a year in that way. Do you know what I mean? And they tend to have more to talk about because we're more experienced in life. The young guy can learn from the older girl, or older woman, as more people say. And excuse me, got hiccups now. And you know, and there's a lot of benefits, you know, like more intelligent conversation, more life experience, and all that type of thing. So that is why, like, a lot of the reasons why a younger guy would be attracted to an older woman. I think there's more and more younger guys these days attracted to older women, particularly heterosexual guys. Anyway, maybe not so much asexual guys, but yeah. So you know, there's a lot of reasons, but like, when I was watching this video, a lot of the time I'm not, but the older women, because it's like, oh, older women like to cook usually for a guy, and I'm like thinking, that's not me. I don't want to cook, I don't want to clean, I don't want to do housework for any guy. So whereas they were saying younger girls who are like teenagers or or in their early 20s, they just want to go out all the time. They just want to stuff something in the microwave or eat something really quickly and don't like cooking. I'm thinking, yeah, that's more me. I mean, I don't really put much in the microwave, but I am just literally, you know, like just literally shoving stuff in the oven to cook it really quickly. You know, I'm not interested in cooking. I'm more interested in going out clubbing or having a good time in my life or doing work, website work or book work. You know, Asexual Guide to Sex I've been working on again recently. So you know, I'm more interested in doing that type of thing than I am shoving something in the oven. And it's like, oh, older women tend to be into more gentle, calm activities like gardening. They, you know, they're not in a hyper state. I'm like, that's the opposite to me. I'm always hyper, always energetic, always bubbly. I like living life to the max. And I'm not the type of person that's slow and quiet. Do you know what I mean? I have high octane energy. I live a very high octane life. And so therefore, do you know what I mean? I need a guy who's liking that. Do you know what I mean? It's no good me being with a guy who wants to, you know, calm down and be slow. And do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying that guy wouldn't suit me, because he might like be the calm to my vibrancy a little bit, and that could be a good thing. You know, he doesn't have to be all the time hyper like me. But you know what I mean? I don't want a guy who's just so like, there was one guy I told you on ASAP, and he was in his 20s, mid-20s. He was like, you're too energetic for me. Do you know what I mean? It's no good. I need someone who's, you know, gonna like that side of my personality, gonna love the energetic side of me and vibrant side and want that, you know? I don't care if he lives separately and wants to go back to his own life and have his own quiet time and chill out and be a bit more calmer. But when he's with me, you know, it's high octane energy, natter, intelligent conversation, loads of kissing and that type of thing. Microwaves are an abomination. Yeah, I only really cook jacket potatoes in them. But, you know, like today I've had 2 lots of potatoes in the oven. So, yeah. So, but, you know, I've cooked rice in them before as well, but I haven't had rice for a while. Oh, rice noodles I've put in the microwave, though. They only take 1 or 2 minutes. Rice noodles are lush. Oh, my goodness me. When I go to asexual meetups, sometimes we go to a Chinese restaurant in my city, and it makes me really crave rice noodles. So I get these noodles for like £1.25 or cheaper if they're on sale, and put them in the microwave, and they are lush. Very, very, very lush. Very lush. I can't get enough of them. I want to gobble them all up. They give me a lot of energy because there's a lot of carbs in them. So yeah, that's the only thing. When you live a high octane energy like life like mine, you've got to keep your carbs up. So yeah, so you know, I'm not a typical older woman. That's why, you know, when a guy's looking for an older woman, There's certain qualities I have, but I'm like a girl in a lot of ways. I am really like a teenager. Like the fact I like going out clubbing, the fact I don't go to sleep till 4 in the morning. I don't want to put my slippers on and put my feet up and watch TV. I don't even like gardening. I haven't even got a garden. I hate gardening. I don't like cooking for a guy. I'm not into all that type of thing. So that for me is very much like I am genuinely like a teenage girl in that way. It's like if a guy wants to cook for me, it's a bonus, but he don't have to. But if he wants to cook for me or do any housework, that's up to him, isn't it? But I'm not that type of girl. And so it's really important that do you know what I mean? It's really important that I get the right match for me, because it's all very well having initial attraction to anyone, but unless that's sustainable long term, do you know what I mean? In a serious committed relationship, like, I need a guy that I'm going to be able to have a lot of hobbies and interests with, and who I'm going to be able to vibrate with on this this emotional connection level, but also hobbies and interests. So age is just a number is completely correct, providing you've got a lot of shared interests, a lot of things in common, you like the same type of lifestyle, you have complementary lifestyles. So if you are on the asexual dating scene or you are looking for a relationship, it's very important to go through all these types of things, like the initial attraction, the emotional connection you have with that person, the hobbies, the interests, the lifestyle is super important. People overlook lifestyle all the time. They don't think about what it's going to be like when you actually get to live with that person, or if you don't want to live with that person, if you want to live in a part together arrangement, what the lifestyle is going to be. Like, for example, if I'm with a guy who wants to go to bed at 10:30 at night, that's fine, but there's no good coming around my place. Come around my place and then leave and go home at 10 o'clock then, because I'm busy after 10:30. I'm doing my stream and I'm living life. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I don't get up till, like, if I'm not don't go to sleep till 4, then I don't get up till midday usually. By which case they'll have been up like since 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever and lived half their life that day. Do you know what I mean? I live a very backwards, upside down life. And so I need someone who'll blend in with that and fit in with it well. Do you know what I mean? And I need a guy, like, I like going out to theme parks and zoos and aquariums and stuff like that. So it's important I have a guy who's into that type of thing as well. Otherwise, I may as well just stay single. Do you know what I mean? It's no good being with a guy who, like, my friend who's 50 years old. I love her to bits. She's amazing. But that some of the things we're very, very similar on what we like doing, and other things are very different. And so, she likes, for example, karaoke. She's a very good singer. And I appreciate that about her, but karaoke's not my thing. That type of environment's not my scene. I prefer to go clubbing with young guys who are in their 20s, because it's more me. It's more who I am. I feel I resonate with that better. I feel more at home with that better. That's why really I am better suited to a younger guy, because I feel comfortable in that environment. I feel like I'm meant to be there in that environment. But again, long term, I don't know if that's the right environment for me to be in long term, as in the sense of, like, do you know what I mean? What happens like further down the line? But I just love that environment. It makes me feel ecstatic, makes me feel energized, it makes me feel like I'm around the age group I'm meant to be with, guys in their 20s usually. There are some guys in there that are in their 30s that have been interested in me. Again, not in their 40s though, but in their 30s. Well, there might have been a guy, there was an older guy, I don't know how old he was, he might have been in his 40s, but I didn't really like him that much. Do you know what I mean? Well, they start to get too old if they're at late 30s plus. But what I'm saying, you've got to look at compatibilities long term. Like, I need a guy who will be thinking young and be doing young stuff with me. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm just going to get bored, and it's just going to be like uncompatible. But I mean, obviously, if he likes kissing a lot and keeps me amused with kissing for 3 hours at a time, that could be quite interesting. We're like, all right, you can just kiss me for 3 hours, so you can go back to your place and do boring stuff, and I'll carry on with my nice high octane energy life. Woo! But do you know what I mean? But I do like going out dancing a lot, clubbing. I could kind of wish that I had a guy who was a younger foreign guy who was really into me relationship wise, who would also like to go clubbing with me as well, because that would suit me really well. Do you know what I mean? Because I could get the kisses, the cuddles, the actual mutual appreciation for that type of music and dancing. You know what I mean? And living a young life together, but a guy who's like mature for his age as well, like, as in the sense he's very secure within himself and doesn't need to go around looking at tons of other women. Because that is one of the major reasons why people cheat, is they're very insecure in themselves. The guys who cheat or just after sex, they're so insecure in themselves, a lot of them. If they were secure in their self and their own life and they were loving their life, they wouldn't need all the thrill of constantly, you know, messaging women every 5 minutes. You know, like on this site, right? I get messaged constantly whenever I'm online, particularly constantly. It's like a message every minute or few. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've got 138 matches on this site. Do you know what I mean? Like clearly people are attracted to me, you know, and I get nudged and winked on there and lots of that, you know. But I'm quite enjoying being on this site from the point of view, you know what I mean? It's like when you've been on asexual dating sites and you've been on there for like 6 years and you haven't got anywhere on them, and people don't really message you that much, and people don't really speak to you that much, and not many people are interested. When you suddenly go on a site like this and you do get a lot of people interested in you, that bit is nice. I'm not going to say it's not. Maybe it's stroking my ego a bit. I mean, the ego is not a great thing to be stroked, really, is it? It doesn't really need to be stroked. But you know what I mean? Maybe it's an ego stroking thing, or maybe it's just genuinely nice to be actually have people talking to you. But I don't, you know, I've got to keep off the site somewhat because it gets addictive else. I don't want to be addicted. I mean, it's not addictive like Plenty of Fish. So this morning I didn't go on it. I didn't go on it till later, but I've been on it quite a bit this afternoon. But I have been messaging the older guy that I was interested in. I've messaged him the most. Do you know what I mean? So I've really been on him there mostly for him and just to see if there are any younger foreign guys on there. I've changed my profile as well now. Oh, and I did find my post about not wanting sex as well. So, you know, I told you that I'd done a post about not liking sex and I thought it'd been removed. Well, it hasn't been removed. It's in the new members area. And I wanted to talk to you about this as well, because I thought this was, these people just don't understand asexuality. Hang on a minute. I need to speak. Eddie's talking. I have an Instagram and I had over 1,800 followers, mostly half naked models and such. And I decided to remove them all at the rate of 10 an hour. I now have 250. Oh yeah, you've got to get rid of all them. It's not good for your girlfriend anyway that you've got all them on there. Oh, it's good. It's good that you got rid of them all. Oh yeah, because I guess sometimes it'll only let you get rid of them. With the heterosexual guy I was in a relationship with briefly last year, he had about that many people on his Facebook. Women had to clean up. Yeah, it's good. You do have to clean up stuff like that, you know. And you know, and he had like about that many women on his Facebook, most of which were like women who were into sex and lived locally, and he could actually go and have sex with. It wasn't even these pages, do you know what I mean, where it's like some remote woman in some remote island just Facebook photoshopped or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It was actually real women who lived locally to him that he could easily go and have sex with. So yeah, so he did delete loads of them. But you know, as soon as it was like we'd split up, he was like right back on there again. Do you know what I mean? He was back on. He went on. Was it WhatsApp? He's straight back on WhatsApp and hooking up with all the women online that fancied him. I mean, it was horrible anyway. Even the woman upstairs wanted sex with him. I was out with him and he was being texted by this woman who lived upstairs asking for sex. It's like he wasn't a good guy in that way, really. I'm not saying he had sex with her, but I'm saying she was messaging him. It's like, why do you even talk to this woman if you're not after sex with her? Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, she lives upstairs from me, you know, like the flat above or whatever. I'm like, well, that's really reassuring, isn't it? So anyway, so yeah, I did actually find I can't remember where I found it. It was My Topics, that's right. So I found it in My Topics. So this is what I put, but this guy clearly didn't understand me, right? So basically I put, yeah, this is what I put in My Topic. Anyone here who hates sex like me in the in UK ? And it had quite a few people look at it yesterday. So I put on here, I'm trying to get back now. I put on here, hi everyone. Oh, I better move it up a bit. Hi everyone, I am Sandra. I'm a hetero, asexual in sexual orientation, not heterosexual. Look up asexuality if you have never heard of it before. I'm openly asexual to the world and help others like me. This is also my work. So looking for a guy to support me in this. I am an author, course creator, and chat show host for Asexuals. I am attracted to guys only romantically and aesthetically, but I hate sex. I am romantic and love kissing a lot for long periods of time with my clothes on and holding hands and cuddling, but not nudity. I have no interest in sex. I do not want marriage, do not want kids. I'm looking for a real, serious, and committed monogamous relationship with a younger foreign guy in the UK. I am not a housewife type of girl. I do not want to cook or clean for a guy. I like living on my own and looking for a guy to move to live near me but not with me. I prefer a living apart together relationship. I am not here for an intimate encounter or a hookup. I really do hate sex. I have no desire to do this whatsoever, no matter how aesthetically hot looking a guy is or how much feelings I have for him. I realise many guys on this site are either fake or looking for sex. I know many guys have not learnt the relationship skills to have a lifelong committed relationship, which is true. A lot of these guys, they haven't even got the skills to have a long-term committed relationship, so there's really no point. Do you know what I mean? The ones that are looking for hookups and casual encounters, they don't know how to have a proper relationship. So that's probably why they're only good for hookups, or if you like that type of thing, and close encounters and dating, because do you know what I mean? They don't have the capacity to be a self-contained unit, secure within themselves and confident. Instead, they need loads of women to go around messaging them every 5 minutes and want sex with them. It's ridiculous. You can't live a proper life like that. You know what I mean? But hey, if that's what they like, that's what they like. So right, okay. What did I put? Yeah. I'll go back over that bit again. I know many guys have not learned the relationship skills to have a lifelong committed relationship, which takes a lot of hard work, and would rather chat to 20 women on here a day and get the ego boost they need. Please don't contact me and waste my time. I can easily get a guy for sex and don't need to be on here for that. But that is not what I want. I don't need corny chat-up lines that went out with the dark ages. I want a guy I can connect with on a deep, meaningful, emotional, and spiritual level, not some artificial, meaningless time wasting. I don't mince my words, do I? It's my first post on here in the community. Time is precious and you can never get it back. So why waste your time? ? If you like sex, don't message me. If any guy does not like sex and you live in the UK and you are being genuine and serious and you can prove you are who you are, prove who you say you are, then message me. I like foreign guys in their 20s, early 30s predominantly. So I have gone up a bit to what I usually would, but not looking to be a housekeeper or wife. He must cook his own food and clean up after himself. I want a life partner, not to waste my life doing housework. I'm an independent business girl and would rather build a website. Sandra. And then this guy's come on, right, and put Kewl, Kewl. I mean, what person writes cool spelled like that? I never worried much about sex. It seems to happen when it is meant to, so good luck. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. It's not about the fact I'm waiting for it to happen when it's meant to, or some great perfect dick's going to come near me and all of a sudden I'm going to want sex. It's not like that. That is gross. Do you know what I mean? These people don't understand what I'm talking about. They just think I'm just saying that in the moment. Why can't these people take it seriously? John, that's a real essay. Yes, it is a real essay. I am a writer. I like writing essays. If people can't be bothered to read till the end of it, they're not my guy. Do you know what I mean? That's why I just, you can tell a load of people if they haven't even read my profile. I mean, I had one guy on here. He's disgusting. He goes, "Oh, you need to fuck up the ass." Excuse my language, but that's what he put, and I just blocked him. I was like, "Oh, Eddie, it's not about the sex, but the what? It's not about the sex, but the sandwiches." What's the sandwiches? Have I read that right, Eddie, or is that a typo? It's not about the sex, but the sandwiches. What's sandwiches? Jerry! Hello, Jerry! Scary Jerry! Oh, sandwiches. It's not about the sex, but the sandwiches. I still sandwiches. What? Sandwiches. I didn't think it might mean sandwiches. It's not about the sex, but the sandwiches. What does that mean? Is it a sexual connotation? Because I'm asexual, so I don't get it. Is that what it is? Is it meant to be as a salami sandwich, like sexual joke or something? Because I don't get it. Is that what it's meant to mean? Ugh. Anyway, so I put, well, I am. No, it's because you don't cook for the guy. Oh, right. I didn't understand what you were talking about. Scary Joe. It's like, it's not. And then he's like, laugh out loud. Oh, right, sorry. So we're not talking about salami sandwiches, which is what some sexual guys talk about to do with their penis. Ugh. But yeah, we're talking about because I don't cook for a guy, so it's not about the sex, but about the sandwiches. In other words, I don't have sex, but they can bring their own sandwiches. Oh, this is such a funny show. I enjoy being on here. Thank you all for being here. You make my night. You really do. I love having conversations and chats with you. It's so funny. It's really good time I have with you. Jesus, salami, that's giving me too much credit. I didn't say that about you personally, Eddie. I wish I was a salami. No, you don't wish you were a salami. That's a penis thing. Ugh. We don't want that. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it. Ugh. Anyway, it really does make me feel anyway, yeah, so I told this bloke, well, I am asexual in sexual orientation. I lack sexual attraction. So I never get the need, urge, or want for partnered sexual intercourse. Sex is not something I ever want. So it's never meant to happen in the future for me. I don't want this. And that's what I wanted to make clear. It's not a case of, it's not a case of him saying it always seems to happen when it's meant to. I mean, it's like, it's never meant to happen with me because I'm not interested. I have had sex in the past, as you know, if you've watched me on this channel before. Do you know what I mean? It's like, see, while I've been on here, I've got new people messaging me. But what else do I want to talk to you? Oh, yeah, there was this guy who was messaging me, the Indian guy. He was an older Indian guy. And he didn't get asexuality either, right? And I'm like, you really don't understand me, mate. Do you know what I mean? And the last question he asked me was, have I ever had sex? I mean, is it really interesting? Do you ever play older video games? I don't play video games at all, Eddie. Don't play video games. No, I don't play video games. I did virtual reality gaming for an asexual meetup once. That's the last time I played any games. One game is what called Bergen time. You have to run away from eggs and other things and a walking hot dog. That's really fun. I think actually when we did virtual reality gaming, there is one that you're not running away from cooking things, but you're trying to cook something. I didn't go for that. I went for the roller coaster ride. And seriously, the virtual reality roller coaster ride really feels like you're on a roller coaster. And you can't, because it's virtual reality, right? It's for an asexual meetup in my city. The seatbelt looks like it's not properly on you because there's like a disconnect between the roller coaster you're meant to be on and the seatbelt. Like there's kind of like a gap, so you're not like, and you know, with that, the way it's done, so you feel like you're falling out. You feel like you're like this all the time on the roller coaster, about to pop out. It's really, really cool. It's very scary. You seriously think that you're on the roller coaster. It's the first time I've tried virtual reality at all. I was good at it, actually. I won. I don't play video games. I still got a DS, but I haven't played it for years. I'm probably going to get rid of it. But I've still got a DS. I used to play Professor Layton a bit on there. Because I do like detective games. Like I like Cluedo. I got no one to play Cluedo with though, but I do like Cluedo. But yeah, but I haven't played that for years. But yeah, so that's very interesting. Yeah, it wouldn't appeal to me. You have to run away from. I have not been on a coaster in 32 years. Oh, Eddie, you're not that old, surely. I went on a roller coaster last year with 2 asexual friends. We were upside down on roller coaster at Breen Leisure Park. That's where we went for my birthday, but unfortunately it was closed. Well, it's a long story that basically the park was closed when we got there, and well, I couldn't go on my birthday because my friend injured his foot. Sorry, their foot. Sorry, they're they now and they're them. They injured their foot, and so we couldn't go on my birthday. Then I went to go with the guy who was my ex, and it was shut when we got there, and it was £25 like on the train, and it was really bad because they didn't announce it on their Facebook page till we'd already done part of the journey. And so, yeah, to cut a long story short, my friend Andy managed to get us get us some compensation, which I've been trying to get. And so we got special tickets, like half price tickets. And so I went back with my asexual friends and we had a blast. Absolutely amazing. And we were on a roller coaster. Then it's good. It's good. It's quite scary because the person I went on the roller coaster with, I think I just went on there with one of them, not both of them. And yeah, and that's right, Mordecai was, and he was going, "Oh, you could die on this." I'm like, "Don't say that, it's horrible." So yeah, he wasn't the best person to be on a roller coaster with. He thought it was funny though, and it was like playing with my hair as well. I said, "You got a hair fetish." I stopped doing rides at carnivals and such. Oh, I love theme parks. That's the thing. A guy's got to like going to theme parks. Whoever I end up in a relationship with. I really want a guy to love theme park rides. It's very important for me because it's one of the main things I like to do in a relationship is go and on rides. It's one of the best things in the world. I can't go on at every single ride because I'm worried. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of heights. I like theme park rides. It doesn't really go together. I can't handle them at all. Oh, Scary Jerry can't handle them at all. Well, oh, that's a shame. I go for the social and food games also. Oh no, I'm more into I don't play games at all. So, but the virtual reality I enjoyed. I like simulators as well. But theme parks, theme parks was with my friend. Usually I go on my own, so I have friends go. I'll probably go into the theme park this year for my birthday, which is one nearer me, which is more of a kids one. But I think we're going to that one. Pretty much. It's sorted nearly. Not quite, but pretty much. I've already phoned up and told two of my asexual friends they're going to be coming in hotel in April. This is agricultural fairs for me. See, these type of things are too old for me. Agriculture is too old for me. But having said that, John, I do go to the Devon County Show, which is an agricultural show once a year in my city. I do actually go to an older show. So, it's an agricultural show. My dad is a blacksmith, runs a non-profit in my city. Well, it's on the outskirts of my city. And in the grounds where they host the agricultural Devon County Show, it's called, you can Google it, usually in May, my dad gets me a free ticket. Too old? Are you like 17? Exactly, of course I'm like 17. Actually, I'm like 15. I'm 21-year-old mindset and my home is like a 15-year-old. So of course I'm young. I am like 15. Even one of my best friends, they're like, "Oh, you are really young. Sometimes you're younger than 21. Sometimes you're younger than a teenager." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm very young. I like being young on purpose. It's the best life ever." When I was older in birth certificate age, I was younger. Now I'm younger in birth certificate age. I can't even say it anymore. When I was younger in birth certificate age, I was older. Now I'm older in birth certificate age, I'm younger. So yeah, agricultural shows are a bit old for me, but I do go to the Devon County Show because my dad gets me a free ticket and it is nice. I do like it. It's got a lot of stalls there and stuff like that. But I much preferred Disney on Ice when I went to sit with my friend Sam. Do you know what I mean? That's my type of thing more. And I prefer going clubbing any day. Prefer clubbing hands down over discos or karaoke. I prefer clubbing. It's like a lot of the I was looking at meetup groups near my city, right? And I've joined some more, but they're like 30 to 40-year-olds, right? And it's like a lot of the stuff they do is just a bit old for me. Do you know what I mean? It's like certain types of things like jazz. I don't want to go and dance to jazz, do you know what I mean? And swing and stuff like that. It's like, I love dancing. I've done ballroom dancing actually when I was younger in birth certificate age. This is what I mean. When I was younger in birth certificate age, I went to discos. With older music, I went to discos. I even had a go. Swing is fun. Yeah, but it's old for me. It's too old for me. You know, and I did ballroom dancing years ago. Even when I go to the club, right, they got salsa music on there when I first go, right? But I do my own steps. I'm a freestyler. So whilst everyone's doing these perfect salsa moves, I'm there just freestyling, which one guy, older guy, got very annoyed with. He couldn't stand it. He got very annoyed with it. Ballroom dancing is older. Yeah, I did ballroom dancing when I was a teenager. When I was like 12, I think I was, something like that. When I was at secondary school, I think I was 12. I was certainly a teenager in birth certificate age. And I did ballroom and Latin American. It was a combination of ballroom and Latin American dancing. So I've done ballroom and Latin American dancing, I've done Irish Appalachian dancing, and I've done freestyle disco dancing. I have actually passed an exam in freestyle disco dancing, got my bronze, which I've shown on this channel before, bronze little trophy thing. And I got highly commended for freestyle disco dancing. So I like to do freestyling. That's why I love going to the club I go to, because I can do dancing and freestyle, and I can do, improve my dancing, my moves. I love street dance. Street dance is my thing. Street dance movies, street dance music, club music, dance music, high octane energy stuff, Freestyle salsa. Oh no. Yeah, I do freestyle salsa. It's great. They just clear the whole place for me. That can start a riot here. Oh, I literally sometimes I'm the only one left on the dance floor. I wonder why. They're all trying to do. There's only usually a few couples there when I first go. So there's about 3 couples there, 5 maximum. Usually it's about 3. And so I go on the stage bit, and there's these people doing these perfect salsa moves. Then I come in and just start doing my own freestyling stuff. And sometimes they just disappear, and I'm like the only one dancing in front of all the people. Dancing whirlwind, eh? Yes, I love dancing. I do like to be the centre of attention with dancing. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie and say I don't like being the centre of attention. I wouldn't do a chat show like this if I didn't like having some attention, would I? I don't mind admitting that. Do you know what I mean? I've always liked that type of, I like to be, I like, like the Mexican guy that came up to me last time was there. He said, I've been watching you all night and you've been dancing like since, well, he said since 10, but I wasn't there at 10. I was there at 11, but he was a bit drunk. So I think he got his time wrong. But I was dancing for 3 hours though. He's like, you've been dancing the whole time. I've been watching you the whole time. He goes, you've not stopped dancing all the time. He goes, you're a really good dancer. I said, thank you. So I'm going there to prove my dancing as well. Because obviously when I've been with my friend, my best female friend, for the last 7 years, I've predominantly been when I've been going out to karaoke with her and her friends, but I don't do karaoke. So I'm just sat there a lot of the time. But I do some dancing. So we went and watched some live bands, which I have danced to, but I'm not as into live bands, right? I do like live bands, but I'm not so into them. I'm into clubbing. I'm into clubbing. I'm young. I'm into clubbing, right? I've got to have clubbing, and be around younger guys because that's what I'm suited to. And so, when I go clubbing, I go to this place that's got younger foreign music. I like foreign music. I love Spanish music particularly, and I like younger foreign guys. So when I'm there, it's like, it's got everything there. It's got high, I can do this high octane energy. Sometimes the songs are a bit slow for me. So sometimes some of the foreign music is a bit slow. Even the salsa's a little bit slow for me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I do need something with a bit more oomph, you know what I mean? And sometimes the DJ, he goes on this spree of just doing these much more slower, more salsa-y songs, and it does get a little bit boring. Do you know what I mean? So I wait for the ones that, I like Shakira, Despacito, like Shakira songs, whenever, whatever. Despacito, I love that song. I love all those type of things. Oi, oi, oi. I don't know if you've heard of that song. I really like that song. I like a lot of the really popular, like foreign music stuff. It's really, really good. And I love street dance stuff. I love street dance moves. I love street dance music. I love street dance clothes. I like being, I like doing that, and that's why I think I'm much more suited to a younger guy than an older guy. Do you know what I mean? And I need to have my freedom to do that. Maybe I'm just not suited to an older guy at the moment. Maybe in the future, maybe, I don't know, maybe a bit more older guy. Maybe I think an older guy is better for a relationship in lots of ways, a serious committed relationship. So I think young guys don't know what the heck they want, and they're not very strong and stable. Do you know what I mean? I'm Hispanic, but I don't listen to any of it. Oh, I love the music. I love the music. I can't play it on here because it's copyrighted, obviously, but I do love the music. I did play a bit of Daddy Yankee. I love Daddy Yankee, that type of thing. Pitbull, I like Pitbull stuff as well, although some of it's a bit too sexual. But do you know what I mean? I just love all that type of thing. So, and I love kissing on the dance floor. I love doing sexy dancing, even though I'm asexual. I love doing grinding, which is very weird for an asexual. But there is someone in my asexual perspective book who is like me in this way. When I saw their story, I'm like, wow, I can really resonate with you. So this girl, she likes to do sexy dancing on the dance floor, but when, she's out and the guy expects to have sex, it doesn't equate to that in the bedroom. So she might do sexy dancing, but that's not what she's like in the bedroom. She's not wanting sex. And that's how it's like for me. I just like moving my hips because a lot of music and good dancing is moving your hips. It's the way you move them to the music, in the beat to it. And that's what freestyling is all about. It's all about listening to the music, doing your own beat, doing your own rhythm, moving your arms and hips to the music in the moment. It's not worrying about doing every single little thing perfectly. Do you know what I mean? It's all about doing good, bold movements, being really confident, shaking your hips, shaking your body, moving around at a good pace, and no horizontal mambo. So, you know what I mean? And all that type of lifestyle, I sometimes I think to myself, Sandra, do you ever really want to settle down in a relationship? Because aren't you going to be a bit bored if you're not going out and doing all this stuff? Because you don't want to be sat at home with a guy watching TV, because I hate doing that. I don't watch TV anyway. And, you need to go out. You need to spread your wings and go out and do this stuff, and you really love kissing so much. I like kissing in public as well. I do not want a guy who won't kiss me in public. I can't be doing with that type of guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm not interested in that type of guy. That guy would just put me off. If the older guy liked me, but he said he couldn't kiss me in public, I would definitely just put me off him. I'll be like, okay, that's fine. Go and get someone else, as much as you're a nice guy. Because I'm not interested in a guy who can't hold my hand and kiss me in public. Kissing in public is a lot of fun. It's quite thrilling, actually. I love it. But, I'm used to that in my ex-relationship. You know what I mean? I used to kissing all around theme parks in between rides. I'm used to kissing when I used to go around zoos with that person. So I'm used to that was the good part of that relationship. The thing I liked. I loved all that type of thing. Kissing, like all the time. There's a lot of kissing involved, and it was good. It helps to keep the attraction going as well. Because I like, I do experience a lot of attraction, just not sexual attraction. So, you know what I mean? I need a guy who's very like bold like me in that way. Do you know what I mean? But also a bit more reserved maybe as well. But the trouble is a lot of those guys, they're players. A lot of the guys that are like out, there are a lot of them are players, and a lot of them can't be trusted in a relationship. But maybe I need to spend 10 years being on my own, going out dating, snogging guys, and then before I settle down, who knows? I don't know. But I think if my Indian soulmate rocked up today, though, I think it'd be different. I think I'll be like, oh, I really want to be with you. Oh. But hopefully I like dancing. But if he didn't like dancing, then I don't know what I'd do, because I really need to go out dancing. It's very good for my body and health. Do you know what I mean? And I can dance on my own, just it's a bit more fun sometimes if eventually you dance with a guy. I don't need to dance with a guy for the first hour and a half. I like my space. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when you're dancing with a guy, it can cramp your style. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't really do really good dancing when a guy's just like literally, next to you, near you, on you all the time. Do you know what I mean? You can't do your best dancing like that. Not really. You could do the best sexy. You could do some of the best close sexy dancing, but you couldn't do the best dancing overall because the guy's in your space. Do you see what I mean? I like a lot of space usually. I mean, like I said, like last time at one point, I was the only one on the dance floor at one point. Everyone's looking at me. I don't care. So I'm like, make way for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's why I think I'm suited to a younger guy more than an older guy, because I can't see an older guy doing that sort of stuff, And I don't know if I'd feel too claustrophobic if I wasn't doing that. It does worry me. I'm thinking, Sandra, part of you is really young, really outgoing and energetic, and really doesn't want, really not so suited to that committed type of home lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? I've done that in the past, so I think I kind of need a young, outgoing guy for me, really. I think that would suit me better, but not in the commit sense. A lot of those young, outgoing guys are not very committed. They're usually the highly sexual ones, don't know what the hell they want, which is no good either. So, do you know what I mean? I think I've just got to park the idea either way. But yeah, so that's my worry about, being attracted to an older guy. Is how young would he be? Do you know what I mean? And some older guys, I want to dress young as well. I'm on my way. Thanks for sharing, folks. Blessing. Oh, thank you. Oh, I was going to tell you about this Indian guy, the older Indian guy. It's really important I tell you about this because there's an older Indian guy, 44 years old, right? And so he was talking about asexuality, and I was trying to explain to him what it is, and he's just not getting it at all. So he's going, what is it? So he's going, hi there, how are you? So I said, hi, I'm great, thank you. I'm looking for a relationship with a younger foreign guy in the UK. And he put, oh, I'm sorry, I missed a good person like you wish I would met you when I was in London City. I like younger guys anyway. Okay, and sad that I miss. Why are you interested in younger guys? Because I have more in common with them and I purposely have the mindset of a 21-year-old and lead a teenager lifestyle. Wow, I'm sure same alike. We think. I doubt it. I go clubbing, watch kids' movies, don't sleep till 4 a.m, have cuddly toys all over my room, and I'm super young. Heart and thoughts are younger, love those to be realistic. Wow, interesting. I watch cartoons and enjoy it. Why you like Indian guys? Because they are very beautiful. I have the most connection with them, love coloured skin and their intellect. They are my top aesthetic attraction in their 20s. I like young clothes, young look, and clean shaven. I do not want to cook or clean for a guy or to be a housewife. I don't like sex, I don't like marriage, and I don't want kids. So our culture is very different. I adore kissing in public too. It's nice to get kissed and hugged in public, which gives attention to others. Sex is just 5 minutes once, but cuddling, hugs, kisses are more beautiful memories. That was very interesting. I thought, well, yeah, I kind of like agree with him, apart from I don't actually have the sex. But yeah, and I put, I am asexual in sexual orientation, not heterosexual. Listen to his reply to this. It's nice to try different things. I'm bored of being routine in sexual life. Do you know what I mean? I just thought it makes me laugh. It's like he's telling me that like my asexuality, I'm just trying on for size. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And obviously, if he's talking like that, he's actually in a sexual routine, isn't he? Which means he has got a sex life, which means he's with someone. And I put, oh, you're not heterosexual. Okay, put. I said, I'm not heterosexual, but asexuality is not something you can try out. I mean, honestly, what do these go through these people's minds? Asexuality is like a jacket you put on when you feel like it and try it on for size. Do you know what I mean? I put, but asexuality is not something you can try out. It's my sexual orientation and what I was born like, but didn't realise it at the time. Anyway, you are married with kids as far as I can tell. I'm separated, but my heart has different thoughts and mindset is different, looking to share with someone who matches me. Did you ever have sex in your life? And that's why his last question was to me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, for goodness sake, you know what I mean? It's like, it's best not to get mixed up with any guys who say they're separated. I mean, he's in India. What Indian guy gets separated from his wife? That's not normal behaviour. Do you know what I mean? In India, it doesn't usually happen. So it's very, very weird. His heart, he means his penis. Oh, dearie me. You know what I mean? I get a lot of that last question says it all. Yeah, have I ever had sex? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Did you ever had sex in your life? Oh, dearie me. But yeah, it's like I get asked that a lot, you know? It's like none of his business. And it's like he put on there he's just looking for friendship. Guys who say they're looking for friendship won't do their marital or children status. It means they're married usually. They're just looking for other women to talk to. I've had quite a lot of Indian guys actually who are married approach me before, who older. Like one guy approached me and I liked his son who was asexual and he was married. And he started getting all this emotional connection type of thing going on with me and said, oh, me and you think so the same, me and you are so alike. And I said, I like your son. I fancy your son. And he didn't talk to me again after that. It was really, really funny. That's what I mean. A guy's 44, you know, if he's got a son that's like 21, I'll be fancying his son, not him. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't want to be with an older guy as well, who's especially not one who's got children, because I'm not interested in having kids anyway. But if the guy was in his 20s, I'd be fancying him son. That'd be very, very weird, would it not? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, asexuality is not something you can try on for size. It's not something that that you're just doing as a phase. It's a genuine sexual orientation. There's a lack of sexual attraction, and for me, it means when I kiss a guy, I don't get the need for sex. I don't get the urge. It doesn't compute. It doesn't make me want that at all. I don't feel that way. It just doesn't happen. Honestly, doesn't happen. I test myself. I sometimes like, do I have any feelings there? It's like, no, don't have any feelings, even though I'm kissing a lot. Which is weird. It's like, how can you kiss that much and not get any feelings? It's like, because I just don't. So, it's very bizarre when you analyze it in the moment, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I'm a bit surprised I'm attracted to an older guy, but I think, like I said at the beginning of this video, but it is because the emotional connection that I kind of formed with him very quickly. The fact he's so open, honest, sincere, and the fact that, he does like a lot of the same type of kissing as me, and he's very interested in me as a person and likes talking to me. I mean, all that is very attractive. Do you know what I mean? Like if a guy says to a woman, or whatever, if a guy's into a guy says to a guy, oh, you're really amazing, you're really interesting to talk to, I really enjoy our chat, all that type of thing is like praising someone. So any type of relationship or dating scenario you're in, if you're praising someone and making them feel good about themselves, it makes them automatically be more attracted to you. So attraction is not just about sex. There's a lot that goes into attraction. And one of those things is praise. Guys like praise as well as females like praise. Telling someone they've done a good job, telling someone that, oh, I feel really happy talking to you, telling someone I like you speaking to me, I like you talking to me, I like you communicating with me, I'm enjoying the conversation. All that makes you very much pulled towards that person, because by them giving you a lot of praise, then it helps. It's like if I'm kissing a guy, right, and he's telling me, like, he's enjoying it, but then he's telling me where to kiss him and how to kiss him, it turns me off. I'm not interested in a guy who's telling me what to do. I don't like it. I feel like, don't tell me what to do. But if I have a guy who's enjoying my kissing and saying, I really love your kissing, that feels really good, it makes me want to do it more, because he's not telling me I have to do it, but he's enjoying it and I want to make him happy. And I don't want to be forced or pressured into making him happy. So do you know what I mean? It's all to do with psychology, good communication skills, and also just praising a person, not pressurizing them. I get the praise, but at times I don't think it fits me. Oh, well, it's important to accept compliments and praise from the person giving it to you. It's important to accept that, because the more you accept it, the better it is for you. Like a lot of people who are not very good at accepting compliments is usually because they've got low self-esteem, or they don't think they're worthy or worth it. So you have to practice enjoying compliments and saying thank you, I really appreciate that compliment you've given me, all that praise, because although a person's praising you, complimenting you, it's nice if you reciprocate that by you don't have to say I feel that way about you too, but you can just enjoy the moment and cherish it. So you kind of like lap it up, you kind of embrace it and actively embrace it. So you should be saying things like, I really appreciate you appreciating me, that type of thing. So on a lot of my comments after my live streams are off and I get comments in the underneath my videos, I had one person who'd watched these videos and I didn't know they did, and they messaged me in they commented saying, I love your videos, they really help. They really help me a lot, your videos. And I wanted to say thank you for all you do with the ace community. This was a person, big kiss to that person, who did this, and they insisted that I did a lot for the asexual community, and they were so happy to see my videos, and thanks so much for doing them. And when I get some praise like that, do you know what I mean? It means the world to me. It fills my life up. It lights my eyes up. Because if people are not enjoying the channel, there's no point in me doing it anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's only because you guys are here and girls are here and people are here that I continue to this channel. If people don't watch it, don't like it at all, not their thing, or it's not helpful, then there's no point in me doing it. Do you know what I mean? There's no one needing it. But when I get comments like that, and they truly insisted, it wasn't like they wrote it once, they like reiterated it. And when they reiterated it and re-emphasized it to me, it sinks even a heck of a lot more, But that person went out their way to tell me that. And when that happens, I just cherish that. So I say, thank you very much for your appreciation. I really appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's really nice to have that appreciation. And it's good that if you have got compliments, that you don't be big-headed about it, but you do lap it up in a positive way and say, I really appreciate your appreciation, because then the person's more likely to appreciate you and praise you more. Do you see what I mean? So you're like praising the praisee. So the more you praise the person who praises you, the more they get good feedback about that, the more likely they are to praise you more. It's the same as in any healthy relationship, right? You've got to know that after a while, people can take each other for granted, which you shouldn't do, but it can happen, right? And people can focus on the things that are not so good, the negatives, the critical points, the things that they're not liking, and they can get very narrowly focused on that. So everything's going along as normal. Then all of a sudden someone upsets the other person in the relationship, and then they'll bring it to their attention. But because they haven't had any praise, because they've just been going along in the relationship, there's been no actual praise for a while. There's been no self-esteem boosting. There's been no, like compliments. There's been no really positivity more than usual. It then means that the negative is highly focused, and therefore it makes them not feel good and makes them want to withdraw and not communicate as much and feel bad. So it's far better that you actually, like do the sandwich effect, like I learned in retail management actually, which is you say something, if you ever have to say something to someone that's not so good, you'll say, oh, I really like this isn't about you or the relationship, it's really, really good. However, I've noticed this, and this is how it's making me feel. And, what can we do about it going forward? How can we resolve this, And I just want to thank you for everything you do for me, that type of thing. So you've got the sandwich effect. You've got the negative with the positive with the thanks. Do you know what I mean? So even it out. So always try and praise someone who praises you, so a person doesn't just think they're giving praise and it's falling on deaf ears and you're not appreciating the praise. The person thinks you're accepting the praise and you're really happy with it. And so therefore they're happy to give it to you. And therefore it instills good emotions in them and it makes them feel better about giving you praise. So when you have received praise the praiser back in a positive, like not in a, oh, I'm just saying it for the sake of you too, for the sake that you actually take it to heart and say, thanks, I really appreciate you caring about me. I really appreciate the gratitude you have for me. I really appreciate you caring about me. It means a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because that will create greater attraction. It'll create greater, better feelings. And people want to be around people who make them happy. People want to be around people who are attractive. People want to be around people who make them feel good about themselves. So the more you make the person feel good about themselves, the more they'll want to be with you and attracted to you. Which is why this guy's made me attracted to him, because he's been saying very positive things, like I've loved the discussions, really been amazing. I love talking to you, your intellect's really good. It's nice to talk to an intellectual woman like you and all that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? So all that's made me more attracted to him. So he's talking about the kissing, which is attractive. Then he's talking about how he feels when I'm talking to him. So when you're talking to someone, you're talking about feelings a lot. That enhances attraction. It really, really triples attraction usually. Because if you're talking about feelings, again, you're emotionally connecting with the person. If you're, especially for guys to get in touch with their feelings. You know, a woman can more emotionally connect with a guy when he's in touch with his feelings, because he's more in touch with his feminine side. A feminine side is more feeling, more emotional, more able to express and be vulnerable and softer. So in order to have a really good, happy, healthy relationship, a woman should be a little bit more like a guy, sometimes like more direct with him, more open, more like driven. She should be driving the kind of like communication and emotional aspects, you know? And then the guy should be a bit more feminine, because he should be able to lean back a bit more, should be able to express his feelings and use feeling words and be emotional with the person and let his guard down and share intimate secrets with her, so that she feels that she can trust him, and that builds more of a bond between them and creates a greater sense of attraction. So actually, it's not about guys being too masculine or women being too feminine. It's about them meeting both in the middle, the guy being a bit more feminine, the woman being a bit more masculine at times, so they coming together and meet in the middle. That's actually the secret to a very good, healthy, long, happy, committed relationship that a lot of people don't even know about, which I could have done a video on itself about, but yeah, I've told you now. So so it's very, very important that you understand these things fundamentally, how they work in the heteronormative stereotypical world, but no one actually sees a lot of this stuff, because they all live in the a lot of them, not all of them, are living their superficial heterosexual life, which doesn't involve sharing feelings, sharing secrets, and actually being vulnerable and opening up. It's very much close yourself off, just talk about sex, just have sex, don't bother communicating, don't bother being a great person, don't bother being honest, and just shut yourself off and just think of your privates. Do you know what I mean? That's the wrong attitude to have. That's why a lot of people, a lot of heterosexuals are single, because a lot of them don't know how to open up. They're not being their true authentic self. They're just going along with conditioning, stereotypical sexual stuff that they've known all their life, that they haven't broken out of and can't. Maybe they don't want any different. Maybe they just like dating a different person loads of different nights of the week, and maybe that suits their lifestyle. Maybe they're not the commitment type, in which case they shouldn't be in a committed relationship or attempt to if they're not the relationship type. You know, some people just aren't, or not for a period of time. But there are people that can change. Even guys are hypersexual. Some of them can even end up being seriously committed. I'm not saying they can't live. They can live without sex. I don't think they could. They can still stop playing the field. A few of them can. I know one. I had a friend. Well, I dated. We were boyfriend and girlfriend for like one night. Didn't work out, and I told him that. And so we then became really good friends. But you know, back then he was a two-timing git. He really was, and I was glad I didn't end up in a long relationship with him. But now he's like a police officer, married with kids, and totally committed to his wife. He's not interested in playing the field. He's not that type of guy anymore. So there are guys who do change, you know. But it's when they're ready to change, and not all of them do change. Some of them just like that all the time. You know, I'm quite surprised at that Bangladesh guy that I liked in the club. You know, he's 37 years old, not 28. As he lied to me, you know. It's like, and clearly he doesn't seem to be the settling down relationship material type. And I'm thinking, you know, you're going to be in your 40s soon and you can't even have a serious committed relationship. Well, maybe it's just the way he is. But, you know, there's going to come a time when he's probably going to want a serious committed relationship eventually. But, you know, some people never settle down. They just always single. They're just always out for sex. Do you know what I mean? That's the way it is. But, you know what I mean? I don't want that type of guy. So I think it's really important when you are asexual, if you do try sexual dating sites, it does help, you know, to see there are other options. Maybe probably the options you don't really want, because a lot of them are sexual. But you know, you can find the odd diamond in the great big clouded sky. Like I said, the older guy that I was talking about at the beginning of this video, he's off that site, but he doesn't like sexual intercourse, you know. And I'm glad that he found me on there, because you know, I've been able to help him a bit, you know, not to feel so alone, and to understand him when a lot of people can't. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's not asexual, he believes. So, you know, he's more like a heterosexual sex penetration repulsed person, you know, which does exist. I told him that you can have sex repulsed or sex penetration repulsed heterosexuals. You know, they just don't like the penetration. But he just said he doesn't actually do anything for him. Not that he's not 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 that he that actually can't do, but he just doesn't do anything for him. It's kind of very similar to asexuals. Very, very similar. But I met that person there. I've met 2 asexuals in one of the sexual dating groups on Facebook, one I'm really good friends with now. So you know what I mean? I feel like I'm doing good. You know what I mean? I'm finding some people like me, even if it's in a sea pool of lots of sexuals. And I think it's really important, that you do try different things. I think, I want to have the abundance mindset. If you have the scarcity mindset, there's not many guys out there, it's not very healthy. Do you know what I mean? There are tons of guys out there. There are going to be more asexual guys come my way. There are going to be more asexuals popping up all over the place in the future when asexuality is more understood and more recognized and more talked about. That's why it's good to have shows like this, that can actually explain asexuality as in a daily life of asexuality. It's very kind of easy just to shove textbook definitions up there, but it's very different when you're leading an asexual life and you're living and breathing asexuality on a day-to-day basis, because it does affect your life with dating and relationships, and obviously it can affect your life with friendships, because some friends just don't understand and they end up not being your friends. So asexuality and can impact, what you watch on TV. It can impact the clothes you might buy or the adverts you might watch. It can impact, your social skills, because if all that they're doing is talking about sex all the time, it can really put you off. Do you know what I mean? So it can affect quite a lot of things. And people don't really think about that when they just look at textbook definitions. But it's really nice that there are channels that exist that can help you to see that you can live still a happy, fulfilling asexual life, as lots of asexuals do. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you for now. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. If you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please, please, please do so. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. And please hit that bell icon to get notified every time I go live right now, post a new video. I want to thank everyone who's been in chat tonight. Thank you, Eddie, so much. Lots of love. Thank you, Richard. Lots of love. Thank you, Viola. Lots of love. Thanks, John. I know John's gone already. And thanks to Scary Jerry as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all on here. I really, really appreciate you being here. Lots of love. And if you know anyone who might benefit from the videos on this channel, please share this channel. It's youtube.com/asexualized with an S, my asexual life. And until next time, Rachel, Quirky, and each other. I'll see you on the next live stream or video. Bye. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you. Bye.